Managing to become successful for a whole Q2 was not an easy decision, but it took a lot of small habits that I had to change and also decisions that I had to make. Welcome to another video as I share how I turned my Q2 to be a success. Everyone sees the results, but very few people sees the habits that you had to change and the decisions that you had to change. And that happened to me in this Q2. When I started Q2, I was very lost because my Q1 was not that successful, and I had to make some hard decisions so that I can make sure that my Q2 will be a little bit successful. When I say Q2, I mean the past 3 months. When you're trading, it's so important for you to divide your operations into quarters so that you can get to understand how you're doing and how you're improving when it comes to trading. It's also very important for you to place your goals and also to be intentional with what your goals are and your dreams and your manifestation in quarterly. So my Q1 was not a success as I really wanted it to be, but now I had to change a lot of things so that I can see my Q2 becoming a success. Q2 taught me that becoming a better trader isn't about finding a new indicator or a secret strategy, it's becoming a better version of myself. I had everything that I wanted to use. When you talk about strategy, when you talk about indicators that I use, the analysis that I usually do, they are all amazing. It's not that I don't know how to maybe mark out my support resistance and so forth. I knew everything, but I had to make some hard decisions and some very important changes in my trading so that at least I can become a better trader and become a better version of myself. So today I'm sharing the exact changes that I made during my Q2 that helped me grow, not just as a trader, but as a better person. If you're entering Q3 with big goals, these lessons might save you months of frustrations. The first thing that I had to do is I became more consistent in studying the charts, more consistent in reviewing trades, more consistent in backtesting, and more consistent in improving little by little. I had to create more time in studying my charts. For the better part of Q2, I only traded GBP and Euro USD. And I had to make that decision of picking only two currencies so that I can concentrate on them and also make sure that I understand them in details. Right now, if you ask me how GBP and Euro USD are moving, I'll explain it easily because I already know and understand how that market is moving when we have fundamental news, when you have the geopolitical release, and even when the market is just moving technically. Reviewing my trades. Every time that I took trades, I had to make sure that I'm reviewing them weekly. And that's why we do our weekly analysis. Those weekly analyses, they never just helped you as a trader who was watching, but also me as a trader. I did it intentionally so that I can review my trades every week and get to understand what mistakes did I make, what trades did I take that I was not supposed to take, and also did I break anything when it comes to my system that I usually use to trade. Backtesting. This one, this one I had to do it whether I liked it or not. Backtesting is one of the things that really helped me on my Q1 even to notice that maybe there is something that I was doing wrong. I noticed a lot of things that made my Q1 become slow and also dragged me a little bit behind when it comes to my trades. I discovered all that through backtesting. I had to get back to my charts to get to understand what did I do wrong, how are the markets moving, and so forth, because I realized on my Q1 that markets had changed a little bit and everything was just moving so quickly during Asian and London session, and yet I was a little bit concentrating on maybe London and New York. I had to change that entering Q2, focus on Asian and London. And all that came to life after I started backtesting intentionally, improving little by little. I had to give myself some grace of growth and accepting that achieving the goals that I had for Q2, I had to move a step at a time. I know sometimes as humans, we want to achieve everything at once. We want to see the goals met and everything become to life. It's not that I didn't have some things that I didn't meet. Yes, I have some things that, of course, I wanted to have maybe by the end of Q2, but it's still not there. But I achieved 90% of what I really wanted. And that is a success to me. And all that happened by accepting that I need to grow a step at a time, little by little, not just within a day. So I gave myself grace with the trades that I used to take. That means that I had to be consistent slowly by slowly. Consistency does not mean that you come to the chart and just make big moves and then disappear. Consistency means that that small achievement that you think that it's small, just do it consistently, a day at a time. Just make sure that you show up each and every day. And that is what made a very big difference in my Q2. Consistency beats motivation every single time. And I'll say it again and again, just be consistent. Number two, I started taking every opportunity that was valid. Sometimes as a trader, you find yourself that you're having some very nice analysis and some very good setups, but some things are just pushing you behind. Talk of fear, talk of greed, talk of fear of missing out, talk of inconsistency and indiscipline, So you have valid opportunities in the market, but just because maybe you had consecutive losses or a loss before this valid opportunity, you feel like you should not take the opportunity. And that is one thing that one of my friends just told me, that, you know what, Neema, we will be taking trades as long as it's a valid opportunity. We are seeing, we've marked out everything when it comes to stop loss, take profit. We've done our top down analysis very nicely. Why are you leaving that valid opportunity for you just to take a losing trade? That valid opportunity is the opportunity that will make you profitable. And that made a difference. When I saw an opportunity to learn, I took that opportunity. So it was not only about trading, just taking opportunities of buying and selling, not really. But you see, these opportunities that I'm talking about is even about learning, because I had to learn how to become a better trader, how to change things that will make me more profitable. And opportunities in networking. This is something that really changed everything. I think during this season, I met a lot of impactful people that I just gave them opportunity in my heart to change a lot. Sometimes you find someone who is even a beginner, or sometimes you find someone who is not even a trader, but the network that this person gives you, the advice, the connections are very, very important. You don't have to sit with someone who is a trader on the same table for you to feel like something has changed in you. And that is something that I had to learn, that, you know what, the community and the society is not all about traders. Sometimes it's about people who are very intentional to help you in life to go to the next level. We will not only just become traders. How will we invest? You need other friends, you need other people who are in other industries who will help you invest in other things. And I think in networking, that is opportunities that I also never ignored. I really took advantage of that. Creating content. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I did is I took opportunity in creating content. This is one thing that I've always been intentional and wanted to do in my whole life. I've always wanted to create content, impactful content, and also change someone's life. It couldn't be anywhere better than just creating content revolving my career, because that is something that I can create easily and also perform easily. And that is what I've been doing on YouTube. I think I started YouTube channel on Q2, and the growth is amazing. I didn't know that I could grow like this in just the span of 3 months. And also seeing the reviews, seeing the comments, seeing the following, the subscription. Oh my God. This alone is really motivating. And this is just to encourage you and also just to let you know that even if it's not about trading, you can become something better by just not ignoring that valued opportunity that you think you can do better at. Any opportunity that you get, just take it and then improve my business. When I talk about trading, I talk about it as a business, and I take my trading as a business. By the way, GBP is one business and Euro USD is another business to me as a trader. That is how I make things serious when I talk about business. So I mapped out everything when it comes to my business now, because on my Q2, I had now two businesses, GBP and Euro USD. Yes, you heard me right. I took the two currencies as two different businesses. mapped out every opportunity that I got, mapped out the capital that I wanted to use on the two currencies. You see, that excitement that you see or that you have when you have a successful business, or when you see things turning out profitable or something like that. This is something that I've experienced on my Q2 a lot. And I think this is something that you can change also on your end. Something that maybe you might be doing different is you have a lot of assets on your table, or a lot of businesses that you're dealing with, and one or two of them are dragging the main businesses around. I was in the same situation some time back. I had a lot of assets that I wanted to invest in. I was in different currencies: USD CAD, I think Euro GBP, AUD GBP, Gold Euro USD, and GBP USD, and also NZD USD. I had to cancel out the currencies and the assets that were really dragging me behind. Let me call them businesses. I had to cancel out some businesses that were really dragging me behind, and concentrated on the major currencies and the major businesses that really impacted my life. And also, I was just feeling, trading the two currencies and also working with the two businesses just make me feel more energized, and I like and I love doing them each and every time. Another opportunity that I never slept on is trading according to my plan. That is a valid opportunity to me. I saw an opportunity of improving my trading plan, and I really had to. You see, these changes that I've been making when it comes to my favorite currencies that I want to trade, my timing, my system in general on how I'm trading when it comes to prop firms, and also my personal account. Now, all that had to change on my trading plan, and I map out everything. When should I be trading this account? At which time should I be merging all the accounts at once so that I can trade? Because another thing that I really experienced, that I think up to date, I think I'm still getting some challenges, is trading different accounts at the same time. Sometimes you get an opportunity on GBPUSD and you have four accounts that you have to execute both accounts the same currency. So I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to improve on that so that I can get a solution on how I can be executing the same trade on different accounts. And that also had to change on my trading plan. So every valid opportunity that I got, I think I utilized all the opportunities: learning, networking, creating content, improving my business, and also trading according to my trading plan. Number three, I changed my circle. One of the biggest changes wasn't on the charts, it was in the people around me. And I had to make that change. It was a hard decision, yes, but I just made it so smoothly that nobody knew that I'm making a change, but I had to change it. Remember what I've talked about when it comes to networking? The new networking people that I had and that I prayed for, that came in my life, made a very big change, and also became the very closest people around me that made me a profitable trader up to date. I became intentional about spending time with people who think big, challenge me, inspire discipline, and encourage growth. Those are the four areas that I was really looking at. If you're thinking big, you are my circle. If you're challenging me to become better, challenging me to start something new, that is on my bucket list of someone who I really wanted to be around me. Inspire, discipline. Sometimes you might have people who are around you, they're really inspiring you, but not to be disciplined with the goals that you really have. And then someone who really wants to see you grow. So your environment quietly shapes your habits. Number four, I became more disciplined. Discipline is doing what needs to be done when you don't feel like it. This has really taken a toll on me. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to do something totally, your body is tired. I just came to realize that discipline is one of the most rewarding things. It's hard to do, but also rewarding. That meant following my trading plan, that was a must. Respecting my risk, this is another thing. I love risk management so much, and I love to be so intentional with how much I'm risking and also how much I'm targeting, and the discipline out of it. Sometimes you have a very nice setup, you want to over risk, you want to do full margin and all that. The discipline of just sticking on my risk, that alone is is something else. Let me tell you, is a very big change when it comes to my trading. And then sticking to my routines, the routine of waking up, doing my analysis, creating my content, sticking to my healthy diet, sticking to my healthy living, that is something very important. And then avoiding emotional decisions. A lot of decisions we make them emotionally when it comes to finances, when it comes to health, when it comes to even how people are responding to you. And I had to make sure that I'm so disciplined with my emotions so that I don't find myself making emotional decisions. Mostly when it comes to trading, you find yourself sometimes you're trading maybe emotionally, you're making decisions emotionally, you're taking a trade just because you feel like you need to, but not because you are supposed to. And those are things that I had to change to see a better Q2. Motivation will always fade, but discipline will always remain. Number five, I adapted my trading style. Markets evolve, and that is something that I had to make peace with. Like Q2 has been having so many geopolitical events, the same happened with the Q1. And how I reviewed my Q1, I had to make some changes on my trading style because I was more of a swing trader. I used to hold trades, and then all of a sudden everything went back to my break even and so forth. So I had to reduce some of my trades that I used to hold for too long as a swing trader, and I really, really concentrated on day trading. And that really changed a lot. A strategy that worked last month might not work this month. I'm not talking about strategy like support resistance, SMC, ICT. No, a strategy when it comes to how you're trading, the style that you're using, and so forth. Sometimes you need to be in a position that you can adapt the changes in the market. Instead of forcing the market to fit my strategy, I learned to adjust my execution while staying true to my core trading disciplines. Flexibility is a strength, and you need to use it very wisely. Number six, I showed up even when I didn't feel like. I had to change my trading timing. So I concentrated on Asia and London because I noticed those are the times that my markets were really moving aggressively. I had to ignore New York and just concentrate on Asian and London. And let me tell you, some mornings I just felt like I should not wake up. Let me not analyze any market. Let me just ignore the market. But I had to motivate myself and show up anyway. Some mornings I wasn't motivated at all. Let no one lie to you that I'm just all encouraged, all motivated. Not every morning. Sometimes I used to wake up and just not feel like I should do anything. I should not trade. I should not look at the market, but I showed up anyway. Some days I was tired, but I had to motivate myself. Some weeks were frustrating. Not all weeks will be successful or profitable, and you still have to show up anyway. Not necessarily to trade, but to learn, review, journal, and prepare. And nobody talks about how hard it is just to journal a negative trade, a whole week of losses. It's so hard to journal those trades. And just being in a position that you need to show up even the following week and be present, it's something else. So professionals show up regardless of how they feel. And I had to be that one professional trader. And you need also to be that professional trader in your Q3. Number seven, I took breaks after consecutive losses. And to be specific, three consecutive losses. Every time I had three consecutive losses, yes, it was rare to have the three consecutive losses, but anytime I experienced consecutive losses, I took breaks. Why? Breaks are very important. They help you to reset mentally. They help you to review your mistake. They help you to return with a clear mind. And that is what I really focused on because it was not just about taking trades, it was also about my mental, my psychology. How best am I when I'm taking trades, when I'm on my charts? That is what I really concentrated on. This is one of the healthiest habits I developed, just to be in a position to be okay with my losses, accept that I'm on a loss, and also accept that I need to take a break. After three consecutive losses, I stepped away, not because I was afraid, but because I understood that emotions can quietly influence decision making. The short break should help you concentrate on three things: reset mentally, review your mistakes, and return with a clear mind. A clear mind will always and always analyze better. Number eight, I changed my self talk. I became more intentional about the words I spoke over my trading journey. Let me tell you, words have power. Instead of saying I'm always failing, I started saying I'm improving, I'm learning, I'm becoming a disciplined trader, I'm becoming a profitable trader. I will do this. This trade will be okay. I've analyzed better. Like motivating yourself each and every time and speaking positive things towards your journey, towards your career. Remember, you don't have a boss. And personally, I don't have a boss who will come and tell me, this, you've done it wrong, you need to improve here, you need to change this. I have to do this so intentional so that I can become better. Your mindset influences your decision more than you realize. And you need to make sure as a trader that your mindset is set to be positive each and every time. Number nine, I became intentional about my vision. I stopped treating my goals like wishes. I wrote them down. I looked at them often. I reminded myself why I started. Every decision became connected to the future I wanted to build. When your vision is clear, your daily choices become easier. The goals that you need to meet on your Q3, kindly write them down. How do you want to see your trades by the end of Q3? How do you want to see your trades or your profitability journey by the end of the year? Because we are starting our second half of the year. So Q2 did not change my life overnight. My daily habits did. Every intentional decision that I made, every choice that I made, each and every time, each and every day really made a difference. Small decisions repeated consistently eventually creates extraordinary results. As we step into Q3, I want you to ask yourself this: what habits do I need to change to become the trader I want to be, or to become the better person that I really want to be? I wish you a profitable Q3. My goal is to see each and every trader become the best version of themselves. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next video.